ready for smoking. So it has been in the cure for a week now. So that should be lots for these pieces. And they firmed up quite a bit. And they're looking very nice. So we're just going to open up the bags and get them dried off and put them in the smoker. So I'm just lightly rinsing them because I don't want to wash all the spices off because I do like a spicy crust, but we want to get a bit of the extra salt off of them. Otherwise they can get a little overly salty. We don't really want that. So I'm using some reusable paper towels that I found at a little local store, and they're not terribly reusable too many times, but you can reuse them. I'm not sure I'll reuse these because these have been used for meat, but they do definitely hold up a lot more than your regular just paper towels. I think these are also some type of tree pulp that they're made with, but they are more reusable. So trying to get them somewhat dry, and then I'll go through again later and pat them down a bit more and make them a little more dry than they are. So we've got two different cures going on with these. These here ones were a black pepper and garlic, onion, and allspice. So they'll have a really nice flavor. And then the other cure that we'll be looking at is a paprika based cure. So as you can see, this one is much redder. This is our last pepper one. And it just smells amazing. It is really, really delicious smelling. I'm really looking forward to these. So in PEI, where we used to live, we regularly did cold smoke. But here, we're in the tropics, and we can't really do cold smoke safely here. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to hot smoke. I'm planning, as I get more used to how to do things here, to just play around a bit with cold smoking with small amounts of beef, not anything large. All of this is good. We butchered a cow with a neighbor last week. They had a bull who was no longer really safe to have around. So he went to freezer camp. Or in this case, he's going to smoker camp and then freezer camp. So, but even with an older animal, you can still make some really nice cures. I did 60 pounds of sausage already, which was nice. And this, the meat is a bit tough because it's an older animal, but when you cure it, you can slice it quite thinly and then it should be much nicer. Okay. So now we are going to use our bacon hangers and get this situated. He is a little tough. So, definitely, and one of the big differences here is all the meat is grass-fed. Actually, I'm going to move that over so I can get two on here. All the meat here is grass-fed, where in Canada and the US, most meat is grain-fed. So you see a big difference in the meat texture and the meat color, and it's much healthier here, of course, the meat that's grass-fed. The only animals that get grain here are usually the dairy cows, because they need a bit more to keep their body condition up. But beef is all strictly grass-fed, and the grass here grows to 6 to 8 feet tall, so there's lots of grass. And one thing that's really interesting that I found quite cool when we moved down here is seeing a lot of people who have like a cow or a horse or sheep, and they still live in town. So on the grassy edges of the road, often you'll see cows and horses grazing on the road edge. And that was a bit of a change for us to see that. But it seems to work well, and everybody gets their animals fed. I imagine they feed them something else at home too when they take them home in the evenings, but that's the way they do the majority of the feeding. So now we've got all our meat ready to hang and take out to the smoker. So let's go. Duke.
Come on, nope.
So I'm just gonna start hanging these in. Actually, I think we're gonna have to take every third one out, or every second one. Yeah. Thank you. So we're using hardwood to smoke. I think we've mostly got sapodilla and not sure what else we've got wood-wise.
This one
Okay. All right. So that should work
space
okay.
Make sure none of them touch the sides.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
Okay.
So we're going to
Cap this.
cap it and let it run for a couple hours, and we'll come back later. Thanks.